It's so rewarding to study. Projectors are here to study, to master a system. We do not have the day-to-day response from a motor that can just see something and off they go if they allow the response to live their life and not the mind. We projectors do not have that. We are in a kind of a waiting state, of course, not hopefully desperately waiting, but being ourselves, doing what we love. Most of us don't, especially not before we really start our experiment. And then our mind is hopefully studying something that we can also be masters of later. It doesn't have to be human design, but for me it was, and it was rave psychology. And so we are not thinking about all the stuff that projectors usually think about. Yeah, we're here to watch the others, to guide them, and then we're like, this person could do that and that, and oh my God, and they are, no, just study, go into something that you can master. So that was my deepest learning experience so far. And just for you, an old picture here to know what we're talking about. Below the surface is centers, is gates, is channels, and is the lines that we have. It's like our profile, but all the planets that were at a certain position on the zodiac at the moment of our birth, when the blueprint was taken. We are just in one of these 6 departments. And these are the 6 lines of the hexagram. So that's the line, all surface stuff. And then when we look deeper, we look into the matter, dark matter actually, that's the crystals. We all are endowed with 2 crystals of consciousness that are the frequency of which when the neutrinos pass through these 2 crystals of consciousness is captured by the magnetic monopole. Again, it's my heart symbol for the G center in yellow here. And here we see this neutrino, the neutrino stream going, we are in this vast ocean of neutrinos. And the entering frequency here is the we call base. And I'll show you then how it is translated in an advanced body graph. And when the neutrino oscillates in these 2 crystals, we have the tone. That's our senses, our inner intelligence, the body intelligence, the cognition, which we do not have conscious access to. Yeah, we can look at us at the surface, but below the line, that's so deep that we cannot just, oh yeah, now I notice. Yeah, so here we have this movement. Exit frequencies, color. So I will only look at color now, which is what determines, well, let me just, sorry, back to focus. Yeah, the magnetic monopole captures these exit frequencies on both sides. And here you see this is the personality crystal that is called in 3 months before birth, sits in the head center. And here we have the design crystal that builds the body together with the magnetic monopole from conception on for the first roughly 6 months, if it's a normal pregnancy. And then the personality crystal is called in. And frequencies, why are they so important? Yeah, these frequencies, you see here in advanced imaging, I showed both. My projector image on the left was manifestor image on the right. And only in the advanced view, you can see here, like you can look here at my sun gate 46. Personality 46, 5 is the line, I'm a 5th line profile, 4th is the color, so this is the exit frequency, and that's my motivation. And then comes the tone, which was this oscillating frequency in the crystal, which is my tone. Yeah, That's why my body intelligent. Here it's uncertainty. And then is a base. Yeah, bases are so, like, they change so often, we can't really rely on it unless we have atomic clocks. That's what Ross said. So I even dive into that, but not for now. Yeah, and so we look here at variables, tones and frequencies, tones and colors make our variables. I'm not explaining that. There would be a complete different lecture. But most of you probably know if they have left or right variables, the upper tones determined to the right, lower ones to the left. And here on my body side, unconscious side, design side, I have two left variables, like that. On my personality side, I have a left variable, Sun Earth, my motivation, and a right, my only right variable, my perspective, how I see, a wide open perspective like Ra. And when he did the variable groups in Ibiza, I was in the same group like him. We had all the 16 variations that are possible. And he said, that's the most boring. We are the same. Yeah, so we have the same. It was not really exciting, but you resonate also with the people in your variable group, especially where the moon nodes are. That's where we see the world. And often I have discussions with people, we don't understand each other. Oh, so far from, okay, arriving at the point, let's agree to disagree. And then I look and it's like, oh, opposite variables in the view. That's right, that matters. Yeah, where the moon nodes are, where we meet the people and our environment and how we view them and view the world in the personality nodes. I also said here planetary color resonance. That's just something I love doing. Here you see like Ra had this color, so you had gate, line, and color, and you resonate with the people in the areas where they have the sun, earth, in the planets, the color resonance. They do not have their own color, they resonate like the moon nodes resonate. So yeah, and here you see my third color is in Pluto. Pluto is, sorry, I'm already the next. Pluto is inner truth. There I resonate with Ra in his sun, earth, in his shining, in his being. So no wonder that it is so my truth. Whatever he said, I was directly impacted. And then on the design side, we have fourth color. It was about his PHS. You can also look where you resonate with people on your design side. And also, of course, the moon nodes. Yeah, he had both 6 colors in the moon nodes on both sides, design and personality. And here I have it in my moon. Yeah, I'll give you a quick look in what these two he called it the magic squares. Yeah, here is the cross of life. Well, incarnation cross is the first line, sun, earth on both sides. Cross of life is sun, earth, and moon nodes. And then there are these magic squares. Usually we have all the planets in a column left and right, but here it's a square to look deeper below the right line where we resonate with people. Like for instance, here on the design side, Mercury is the sound of our voice, so that's the physical things. And here that's where I have solidity. Yeah, that's where Ra's impact gave me also solidity. And the personality side, it's also the resonance, but this is planets like truth in Pluto or the foundation of your thinking in the moon. So here I do not resonate. I just resonate with my own earth and sun. So that's where I have a probably also bigger impact, where I sound more aligned when I with that quality of mine than in others. Also my Mars has that. But let's move on. Yeah, just for information again, we look at the surface. This is below, we look at the gates, then like lines, and below the line, below the surface is color, tone, and base. So that's what we have here. Yeah, and Ra called the variables the magic box. Oh, I just see Mary's is in the waiting room, an old colleague of mine. I hope she's let in. Yeah, not yet. I cannot do it here. Can I? Oh, I can. I will do that. Sorry. Yeah, so the magic box, we first look here at Sun, Earth, and that's the variables. It's the first magic box. Yeah, Ra had several boxes. And here we have the food intake, that's the PHS. We have the environment here where we meet the others. But for projectors especially, they often first look at the personality side, because we're not children for whose life we start very much at birth. And the perspective, the monodes, the view, frames our conceptualizing and where we are motivated for the others. Yeah, it's also important that we think, oh, I need, yeah, I need this, I need that. No, it's also what's about what is needed that motivates me. And I watch the world through, oops, there's, what is this? That is power view. So there was a wrong, oh, I think it's a very old chart of mine. When I made this or something went wrong, I have the third here. Mistake. The power view. I do not have the one here. It's not even, what is that? First. So this is not me. It's the wrong version of mine. I apparently chose it like that. Limitations now, Pluto. That's often then, because I also have this perspective that's a right. Wrong. So this is not me. Forget it. It is a completely wrong birth time. I have a right perspective. So it's not me. It's just anybody. That doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be me. Very funny. It's not me. I do not identify with that. On the design side, human design is enormously successful. I'm not going into that because it's all about the vehicle. We can start with it when we start our experiment and have experimented maybe for half a year with the surface, strategy, and authority. We can experiment, not do as I say, with PHF. Do we resonate? Do we feel invited? Is there a response? And so on. That's how we can enter that. And when we come to the area of the mind, on the right side here, the perspective, that's where it gets really tricky. But we can outwit our not-self mind by starting to observe our perspective. Is it in distraction to the resonating? So this person here, 4 would be resonate to 1 with a perspective of survival. Oh, I'm about survival. That's how I see the world. No. I go back to what is wanted, needed in the world. And motivation, the transference. And it helped me so much. So thank you, Ra, just for bringing that into the world. This person with the first color motivation of fear would be in transference to the 4. For me, it's the other way around. Must have been some time apart. Okay, and these 2 sides are also connected to the link nodes. Babies would start, well, parents would start for them on the left with the PHS for the first 30 years. They would automatically then, when raised correctly, find their environment and develop their perspective. And then in the maturing process, later on, later on would really develop outer authority through living this motivation, the mind not anymore in transference and distraction for decision making, which plays out with all the other not self. Yeah, this mind that is in transference and is distracted would then want to have control in the openness in our undefined areas and not where we are defined and have our inner authority. Yeah,